I had mixed up a video. So let us proceed.
What causes the repeating pattern of day and night? In space, the Earth moves in different ways. One way the Earth moves is by spinning on its axis. An axis is an imaginary line that runs through the Earth's center. This spinning movement on its axis is called a rotation. As it rotates, part of the Earth is facing the Sun. This part of the Earth is lit up and experiences daytime. At the same time, the opposite side of the Earth is facing away from the Sun. This part of the Earth is in darkness and it is nighttime. It takes the Earth 24 hours to complete one rotation. The repeating rotation of the Earth is why we experience the daily pattern of day and night. Here's a cool fact. The planets in the solar system rotate about their axis at different speeds. This means the length of a day on each planet is different. One day on Jupiter takes just 10 Earth hours. One day on Venus takes 243 Earth days. I think I'll call it a day now. See you later.
Okay. Stop sharing. Let's get the answers. Navirie, Rihanna, explain to us what causes day and night. How does the rotation of the Earth cause day and night? Navirie. Navirie, are you there? Navirie. Shiba, Karunji Shiba.
Yes, sure.
How does the rotation of the Earth cause day and night?
So, when the Earth is rotating on its axis, one part faces the sun, as the other part doesn't. So, the Earth revolves around the sun also. So, as it's revolving, it also rotates, and also the moon rotates around the Earth. So, as the Earth rotates and revolves around the sun, let's say one part faces the sun while the other part faces the moon, and as we rotate around the sun, and as we revolve around the sun, the moon also revolves around us. So when the sun, one part of the Earth is facing the sun, the other part is facing the moon. I don't know how to explain it in word form, but if I was to use a video footage, it would be better. But the Earth revolves around the sun as it rotates on its axis. That means the moon faces one part of the sun of the Earth as the sun faces the other part.
Okay. Now, was that Shiba?
Yes.
Now, Shiba. So what is the role of the moon in bringing about, because I heard you mention the moon, what is the role of the moon in bringing about day and night? In your explanation, I heard you talk about the moon. What role does it play?
It rotates around the Earth. It rotates around the Earth, thus bringing part of the it rotates around the Earth, thus bringing part of the Earth in night and the other part in day.
Thank you. So I have maybe I correct it immediately. That should I be the one? No, let me not be the one. I wanted to comment on it quickly. Let's see. What do the others think? Because you said the rotation of the Earth on its axis brings about day and night. That is a fact. We are asking how. In your explanation, you said one part is exposed, and then you said there is a moon. So I want to find out from Nabwaya, Vanessa Nabwaya.
Yes, teacher.
Explain to me so that we see where the moon comes in, if at all it comes in.
Yes, teacher. The moon is dark and the sun is light. So when the Earth is rotating, one part faces the sun and another part faces the moon. So there are countries when for us this time we are day, for them they are night.
Yes.
When it rotates, when it's moving towards the Earth and another part is moving towards the moon, for us we turn to night, and for them they turn to day. Okay. That's what I noticed.
Okay, thank you. So you are saying that when the Earth is rotating, and I'm going to show quickly here so that I see whether I am understanding you. Earth is rotating, is here. You see this image, people? So yes. When you look at this image, here is your sun, here is your Earth. Now, as it spins, this part here is hidden. So this would be night, this side, and this side would be day.
Yes.
But now we are saying, I'm hearing an explanation. Someone has not muted. Please mute yourselves. Great. So we are saying when one part is exposed, the one that is exposed is day. The one that is facing away is night. Let me see. Let me look at that. You see?
Of the Earth is in darkness, and it is nighttime.
This side is night. The front part is day.
Is in dark.
But I hear you in your explanation, people, saying when the moon comes in. That is where I'm getting a bit lost. How is the moon responsible? Let us clarify that. Who is unmuted? Let's.
Teacher, can I try?
Yes, go ahead. Grace, go on. Is it Grace?
It's Marilyn.
It's Amal.
Amal, okay, Amal, continue.
Teacher, let Marilyn first give her answer. She was the first.
Okay, thank you. According to me, the way day and night is formed is when the sun is, when one side of the Earth is facing the sun. I noticed that there was a shadow which is behind. Yeah. So I think the shadow of the part which is facing the sun goes behind, and so that is how day and night is formed. And so as the Earth keeps on rotating, the side which was day will turn into night. The side which was night will turn into day, just like that, because that shadow keeps reflecting behind, causing us day and night.
Okay. And I seem to agree. So where does the moon come in?
Teacher,
yeah.
Amal.
Amal.
What I think the woman explained is that when the Earth rotates, if it rotates around the sun, then it will be night day. But then if there is a dark side, maybe the dark side there is the moon, where that the moon is the cause of the dark side.
Teacher, can I? Teacher, you're muted.
Just a moment. Is the moon the cause of the dark side? Someone was saying, no, teacher,
Teacher, I have something to say about that.
Let me do this.
Wait, when the teacher is explaining to me.
Teacher, I have something to say about that.
Okay, let me summarize it so that we move on. I'm going to pick someone who has been in the chat room this time who said I have an answer, then I pick her and we continue. So this
Aliyah
is
said.
Who was that person?
Aliyah wrote in the chat room that
So,
she has an answer.
Aliyah, what is your answer? Then we continue.
Teacher, you've asked like what okay, like we already know how what causes day and nights according to the video, but you asked how does the moon come in?
Yes, because you brought it in.
Yes, the fact is that the moon does not cause that dark side. The reason as to why it's dark is because it's not facing towards the sun. Like there is no light, there's no source of light. Now, the way the moon could be put into this thing is because the moon reflects light from the sun, causing some kind of little light to come during nighttime. But the moon does not cause night at all. It's not in any way that the moon is the one that brings the darkness. That's not how it works. Oh, finally, I have to get that out.
Thank you.
Teacher, I have something to add on.
Just okay, you add it on quickly.
I have something to add on.
The moon.
Okay, teacher.
No, wait.
The moon is stories.
Let us listen to Navi, Rihanna. Navi.
Teacher, I have something to say. Like,
is this Navi?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Navi.
Like, teacher, when I researched, it said that, okay, the moon or the earth is tilted on its axis. So yes. Partly because some part ends up leaning towards the sun and then another part is leaning away from the sun. So partly that's it. Then another thing that I found out is that since the earth is rotating and also revolving, it makes the rotation of the earth divides the earth into like a lit up half and a dark half, which gives like rise to the day and night. That's what I think.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen,
can I say something about the moon?
Let me conclude because it will get. If you have something that you want to comment, please send it in the chat room so that I can move to the next one. But let me clarify from what you have said. One, we have agreed that the earth rotates on its axis. That when it rotates on its axis, completes a rotation every 24 hours. And as it rotates, part of the earth faces the sun, and the other part is hidden away from the sun. The part that faces the sun is exposed to light and therefore forms day. The path that is away from the sun forms night because it is in the shadow. It therefore means that because it keeps rotating, different places will have different times. The sun will be viewed at a particular place at different times. One place will have day, another will have night, but they'll be at different times. That is why we are bringing the question, what time will it be if the earth takes 24 hours to rotate? Can we calculate the time of a particular place given its longitude? The longitudes are the ones which show us the degrees. They show us the location of the place away from the sun. From the meridian. We have this diagram. Where is our diagram? Where is our diagram? Quickly. Great. So we do have our diagram here. If we have the middle line, we are calling it the Greenwich Meridian. The distance away from this line is what we are calling the longitude. And we give them in degrees. If we say at this place, it is 12 noon, the sun is overhead here, 12 noon. And this one, for example, is longitude 15. Can we tell the time of this place here? They give you this time here. It is 12 noon here. Can you tell and calculate the time at this longitude?
Yes.
So how to calculate that, the time at the longitude, we would need to know how many degrees the Earth covers every hour. Then we'll be able to calculate that to tell the time here. If it is 12 noon here, what is the time at 30? What is the time at 35 or at 45? What is the time? We have seen the rotation is the one that is responsible for the day and night. That is what we are saying. The rotation is what is responsible for day and night, and different places have day at different times. Can we use that knowledge, given the degrees of the latitude, the longitude, to calculate the time? I see many hands have up there. Let us give them and let us listen to you, and then we conclude this. We have answered our question today, the one we wanted to answer. So let me listen to you. Nansamba Amira, what do you have to say? Questions, comments at that time.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes,
how come we can see the sun, but we can't see the two planets before the Earth? Like in the solar system.
How come?
Yes.
Teacher, I can give an answer for that.
How come we can see the sun, but we cannot see the two planets? Who wanted to to respond to that one? Put up the hand. The hands are many. Nachi Tende, you want to respond to that? How come we can't see the other planets?
No,
but let me just answer it.
Also have a question.
I think I know why.
Yeah, go ahead so that we conclude. Aliyah, go ahead.
It's Marilyn. The reason is that the speed at which the Earth takes to rotate and the speed at which also those planets take, it be it rotation or revolving, I don't think we would be able to see them because they are at different, the way they travel, the way they revolve, it's at different speeds. So even if you tried as hard to sit out a day and watch, you wouldn't see it. And we are at the angle at which it's placed, I think it's a different angle at which you would see.
Okay.
I have something to
let me
say on
quickly
that.
come in.
Sure, I have something to say.
Okay, but let me conclude that one so that I can hand another question quickly. The sun is a star. It is bright. It gives off light. I've seen the answer in the chat room. That's what you are. I've stolen your answer. I'm sorry about that. I've stolen your answer. Teacher, you see. But with the telescope, you might be able to see others. But this one with our eyes, we are able to see the sun because of that. I'm going to give half a minute to each of you. I'm starting from the top. I'm starting with the Mukoda Raihana. Half a minute. Raihana. Raihana, I cannot hear you, but I see that your microphone is active.
Excuse me, teacher. Anisha has a burning question.
This is Mukoda Raihana. Mukoda? Okay. Mukoda, not there. Nachimera Gloria will be next, followed by Isabella.
Teacher, I just wanted to give an example, like on the Earth, like the way it rotates, just like the way you can't see like both sides of a ball when you're facing it.
So
like when you're facing a ball, you can't see like both the sides. It's impossible.
Okay, great. So you have given us a good illustration that if you have a ball and you're looking at it, you can only see one side of the ball, not the other side. The side you can see is probably day, the other side is night. Great, thank you, Nachmera. Yeah. Then we see Isabella. Isabella is off now. Let's go to Akidi and then Nabili, you already said something. Akidi.
I want to talk about that thing of the moon causing night. It's not the moon that causes night. It's just that during that time, as the sun is out, the other side is facing the sun. If the moon is there, you can't see it because its light is more like if I put a torch in a room that has a bulb on and I put the torch, you won't be able to see the light for the torch. But if I switch off the bulb, you'll be able to see that light for the torch. So when it turns to the other side, which is dark, and that one can see the moon because the other light is not like blocking the light of the moon.
Great. So you're telling us that the moon is always there, but we don't see it during the day because the sun is brighter. So it is not the moon that causes night. It is always there, and it is not the one that causes the day and night. It is there. It is not giving off light. It is reflecting, but the other one overshadows it. Thank you. I go to Najinda Meizun and then Nachitende.
Teacher, that's what I actually wanted to say, but then I also wanted to say about, I wanted to talk about what happens when the sun dies.
Oh, okay. Can you do it in half a minute? What will happen when the sun dies?
Okay, after the sun exhausts the hydrogen in its core, it will turn into a red giant consuming Venus and Mercury. Earth will be scorched, lifeless rock, stripped of its atmosphere. However, we are not really sure whether Earth can survive because most scientists say that it can't, but then it's possible if you move the Earth, when with gravity assist, which has been used for years only to launch a spacecraft, through our solar system, every time a spacecraft comes close to a planet, gravity grabs hold, and if the spacecraft arrives at the perfect angle, it is able to use some of the gravity velocity to catapult it further into space. This energy comes from the planet's own motion around the sun. Our scientists discovered that to every action, there is an equal and positive reaction as the spacecraft uses Earth's gravity to speed and move up. The planet will start to move closer to the spacecraft, causing it to move close to Mars. So it's possible to survive if it's moved.
Thank you. Now let me quickly turn to, okay. Asimwe, Christine, you'll be next because of I've got your comment. Asimwe, Christine, you'll be next. Christine.
I wanted to know why the Earth doesn't settle in one place. Why does it keep rotating?
Hey, Christine, you have such a hard question. Why doesn't it settle in one place? Everything is moving. Why does it not settle in one place? You are challenging the laws of physics. Why are they there? Why does it keep moving? That's a great question to which I have no answer as of now. But like we said, we shall co-create the information together. So why don't we find out why does the Earth keep moving? Why does it not settle? So with that, I would like to call it a day. Thank you very much. You know the lines, you know the chat room. Please go there in our e-learning platform. Write your questions, write your comments. I'll read them. So please go into the e-learning platform.
People have.
Thank you.
Concentrate.
Questions.
I have a question.
Okay.